What's going on, people? You've joined us for the Predicts 11 video. You know how this runs. We've got Robbie and Laurie with me. Big up, guys, for joining me for this. We're going to go through what we want to see and what we think Arteta's going to go with against Man United. Big game on Sunday. Let's start with in goal. Picks itself. There's no seeing Neto, but David Raya in goal. I've spent too long on that. That's fine. Let's go.
Neto can play in that game against PSV next week.
Would you do that? Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
No, I agree. I think we should make a series of changes. I mean, I'm not saying to disrespect PSV and wholesale changes, but let's see some of the guys who've been on the periphery of the team. We've not seen much of Neto, not seen much of Kivior recently, Zinchenko, one or two others. Let them play, man.
Okay, well, when we get to PSV, that'll be an interesting change. I mean, that'll be a different sort of Predicts 11. Let's go to right back. Man United away. I did this question with you for PSV. Do you throw in a Ben White? Is it the time to give him an opportunity as we come back from injury? He did play a few minutes off the bench quite recently in various games. Or do you stick with the player who, I mean, he's been for me, unbelievable. I'm a big fan of Timber. Is it Timber for you? Is it
you know what? A lot of my decisions in this have been influenced by the other night. That 7-1 win, right? He was brilliant in that game. He scored, but he was solid. He was brilliant as well. And the fact that, we're 7-1 up now, right, going into that second leg. I think if we weren't if it was close, I would have said rest him and bring in Ben White. But now I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say definitely play Timber in this game. If anything, let Ben White play in the game against PSV. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he's still coming back from injury and stuff like that. But Timber, I mean, you've got that guy in your defence. He's so good, so solid that, you're going away. He's the perfect player to have in there. So Timber for me.
A man coming back from that knee
injury. Ben White, as Robbie said, Ben White will happily have him back for the game against PSV. It's not a disrespecting. It's just that he's working his way back, and that would seem to be the perfect game to bring him back. I mean, things are going well against United in the second half on Sunday. You can bring him on after half time or whatever. But I agree with Robbie. Start Timber.
Yeah, keep the man on form in. Okay, it's good. Centre back pairing. Saliba, Gabriel, boys. Is that what you want to see? You think Arteta's going to go with?
Yeah.
Not much to change there.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
no-brainer for a big game like that. It's got to be them two.
Simple. Both have to lock out Manchester United's threats, which is quite slim at the moment. Let's go to left back. Oh, Calafiori. Yeah, Mars Lewis Skelly, Zinchenko, Kieran Tierney. I mean, where are you guys at? I mean, he was lucky at PSV to stay on the pitch. I think as fans, I respect you guys. I've heard all of your opinions. Everyone's aware that he got away with that. I think we're not in denial that he got away with it, and I think that's fair. Some fans would say no, there's no way it's a second yellow. I mean, you spoke about higher thresholds and whatnot, but I think you are aware that you've seen them given. So he got lucky with staying on the pitch against PSV. Do you punish him and not start him against United, or do you just keep him in and say, listen, you've got to be more aware of what you're doing when it comes to them sort of challenges? What are you both doing? You keeping him in or are you changing?
This is a tricky one for me.
Calafiori scored as well. Great goal.
It's not. Yeah, it's more to do with Calafiori. He looked really good when he came on. Scored, but looked really, really good. And I don't know.
I'm struggling. I can see you proper pondering on it.
Lewis Skelly's done brilliant. You know what I mean? And the other night it's just youthful exuberance, isn't it? Which I think he learns a good lesson from that. I wouldn't have any problems with putting him in. And also Kieran Tierney, when he's come on, he looks all right when he's come on in some of these games as a solid defender. I think I go Calafiori. Just because he scored the other night, I just think that United are going to be quite deep, especially in that formation that they play. I feel that, having him on a bit more attacking, but then, Mars Lewis Skelly did get the assist as well. We're forgetting that.
See, for Ethan's goal, exactly that. It's tough. It is a tough
one. I'm going to keep Mars Lewis Skelly in. It's a big game. Show some faith in him. You came off early the other night, but I'm sure he would have learnt his lesson. I'm going to keep Mars Lewis Skelly in.
He does seem to turn up for the big games, emotionally wise. I mean, against Spurs, you see him when he comes off the pitch, giving some to the fans. City, he was giving it when he played, obviously.
But he's got to be very
try and rein in a little bit when it comes to.
And if he does play, he'll be targeted. That'll be the other thing. They'll be, United will be looking at him thinking, right, why don't we target him? Has he got a little bit of a temperament problem? Does he jump in? Does he? But I'm just going to stick with him and play him.
Laurie, for you, do you stick with Mars Lewis Skelly or?
Yeah, I do. I was interested to hear what Robbie said there, and I do agree with him about the youthful exuberance. He does need to rein it in a little bit, but with guys like him, you don't want to be too restrictive of his personality, because then you lose a part of what he is.
Agreed.
And I'm also concerned that if you don't play him on Sunday, the optics of it looks like the manager's dropping him. And no matter what Arteta says, no matter how sincere he sounds, it's still going to come across like he's been relegated to the bench because of what happened.
Although I don't think it would be the worst thing, because I think what he'd be able to then do, though, would be to bring him back in for the PSV game and start him from the beginning.
But mentally, he will know. He'll feel, because he will know that game's not really.
The optics of it will be that he's been dropped to the bench. And let's be honest as well. You're looking at like a team and not a B team, but you know what I'm saying. So the game against United, of the two games coming up, United is by far the game with the most on it, because let's be honest, man, that the home leg against PSV is pretty much a dead rubber, because we're not going to concede 6 goals to them and go out. So
whatever fullback they pick in that left back position should be able to deal with. I think it's going to be a Xerxes or Hoyland that might come down that side. So listen, you're comfortable. Are you confident or comfortable who goes with? You're happy with?
I'm comfortable with whoever, but Lewis Skelly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with either one, but I would, for the reasons I just said, I would go with Mars Lewis Skelly.
And I think Arteta will probably go with Mars Lewis Skelly as well. I know Calafiori's been in great form, but they might swap at half time, give them both equal minutes. Let's go into midfield. The midfield three, we'll do it as a whole. Is it? I mean, kind of same as always. Partey.
No, I'm not so sure about that. You know, I suspect that Jorginho might come in for this one.
Why?
Because I think that Partey, you know, he had a decent game, but he made that mistake, the penalty. The game before that wasn't his best game. I just think that the manager might look to mix up.
Jorginho played, didn't it? Jorginho played at Forest.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, it was the West Ham game I'm talking about.
Yeah, and Jorginho had a really good game.
Yeah, so I think the manager might be looking to bring in Jorginho, but then again, he might think Jorginho for Wednesday against PSV.
Yeah, that's what
I mean. Me personally, I'd go Partey, but I could see the manager bringing in Jorginho.
Yeah, to me, no change to that midfield. They were absolutely brilliant the other night, that midfield. Yeah, you're right, he did make that error for the penalty, but the midfield, the way they dominated that game, and I think that's our strongest midfield. And I want to see the strongest midfield up against Manchester United. And, you know, as I said, if it was a close game the other night, and then there was so much on this game on Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday, I think what he might have done, might have left Partey and brought Jorginho in. But now I think the dynamics of that is different. I would play that same front three. They didn't play, that game was on Tuesday. They've had a lot of rest, right?
Midfield, you mean?
Sorry, that midfield. They've had a lot of rest because the game was on Tuesday to Sunday. It's 5 days. Go full pelt with that midfield. Rice, Partey, Odegaard, they were all excellent in that game. You can rest up some of those guys so that they can be rested for the game next week against Chelsea. That's the beauty of it. So then you bring your Jorginhos and that during the week. So for me, those three, man, Partey, Rice, who was brilliant against PSV, and Odegaard, who was the man in the match.
Yeah, again, it's really good. So
keep it going.
So do you want to see Jorginho on, or if you change to say?
I would agree. Again, I would agree with Rob. I'd go Partey, but I can see the manager maybe making a change, just away. And sometimes when we go away from home, you think the manager prefers Jorginho because apparently it gives us a little bit more control in the middle of the midfield. So I can see that, but I would probably go with Partey. Okay,
so you both want to see the original three in the midfield. I thought about the change, but I think what we saw at PSV was a style of play that you need that midfield to be the same as kind of what you saw against PSV. So I don't think he's going to make a change. Yeah, it's very dynamic. They can go on the front foot when the ball goes long. So I think Arteta it'll be strange to see him change from that. So I think he'll go the same midfield three. We want to see that front three. I mean, bloody hell, Trossard was unbelievable as well. Trossard, yeah, boys, let's discuss it. Your front three you want to see? Do you see Sterling start? Is it a time or is it not a time? No.
Not for me. No. Trossard. I mean, he had a little cameo and he wasn't very good, was it?
No, it wasn't. So
it's such a shame, man, because I really wanted Sterling to do well for a number of reasons, but his confidence is on the floor right now. Even the other day when he come on and we're in such a favourable position, I'm like, okay, let's see what you got. And he got the ball a couple of times and immediately either overran it, gave the ball away. It's sad. But listen, season's still not done yet. Again, I think he will be coming in for the PSV game.
Yeah,
Why not?
That's true.
But I don't think he'll start against Man. In fact, I'm pretty sure he won't.
So I think it's been it's probably as simple. You want the same front three, surely.
Same front three. Yeah. Mourinho, who, I said it the other night when people were writing him off because there was 2 games he hasn't scored in. I'm like, you get top strikers who score in one game, then don't score in the next 2, and they don't get dropped. Why are we just saying the guy? Listen, we know the guy is not a striker.
Yeah, that's fair.
But how is he going to learn the role if you just say, all right, you didn't score in that game, you dropped? That don't even happen to proper strikers. You know what I mean? He scored the other night. He held the ball up brilliantly. I thought he did really well. Right,
he done well.
Might be a tougher test in this game defensively, but he did really well. He definitely starts. Ethan Wanieri goes without question. Unless he's not fit, he has to start. He could light up Old Trafford. He's brilliant.
Yep.
Right, and like you said, Trossard had a fantastic game. And on the Sterling one, he's not earned the right to start. It's as simple as that. And I'm not feeling sorry for Sterling no more because, I was a few weeks ago, but I keep saying it. I want to see him step up now.
Yeah, agreed.
The time for sympathy is done. We're in a crisis in an attacking way. You're a guy that is a top player that used to be one of the best players in this country for club and country, right? You've got it within you. You now need to just get rid of this confidence issue.
It's not as simple as that, though, is it?
Yeah, but you've got to shrug it. Only person.
No one wants to play that badly.
I know, Laurie, but the only person who can shrug it is him. He has to now jump out of this now and be a bit more braver. Stop worrying about if the fans are going to whinge or moan if you know what I mean? Because to me, the other night I saw him come on, like you said. He tried to go past his man a couple of times, didn't do it. And then the next couple of ones, he just passed it off. I didn't like that. I'm like, no, keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Be brave. Ethan Wanieri's been brave as a little kid. So has Mars Lewis Skelly. You're an experienced guy. Be brave in your thing. Don't care about if you're going to get grief. That's how you're going to fight your way out of it.
That. There must
fight your way out of this bad form.
There's more than just confidence, because my man has had the whole English media against him, and I've seen him turn up and I've seen him turn up in international tournaments.
Listen, you can turn it.
Yeah, there's no way.
He can turn it easily.
So you're suggesting he's just gone? The legs are gone.
The guy has, like I said, I remember when everyone was against him, the gun tattoo, all that, and people just honing in on him, and he was a phenomenal player. He went to an international tournament and then he was the main player in England
he's got to fight his way.
He's overcome bigger things than
this situation. He's got to fight his way through this, right?
Arsenal fans aren't even giving him that much grief. Sorry to say, I'm not saying
they haven't. To be honest, they haven't. You get moans and groans and stuff like that, but no one's booing him or nothing like that. But I just feel that I just want to see a player to fight, because as I said, I noticed after that he just passed it. The easy pass. And I'm like, be brave. The team now is, the other night, that's what I loved about them at PSV. They were brave.
Facts.
From that whistle blew, they were like, no, we're sticking it on PSV.
Yeah, everyone was forward.
Right? And it was a great performance, but it was a brave performance because has a big pressure on that game. When people afterwards are saying, only PSV and stuff like that, they weren't saying that before the game. And there was a lot of people, Arsenal fans, very worried about this.
I predicted a draw.
And there was a lot of opposition fans who were going like this. Yeah. But yet still, when I'm doing shows with some of them now, some of them opposition fans are like, PSV, look how they defended. Not trying to give us credit, but the credit has to go to the team because they were brave. They were brave because if you go and lose that game, you're out of the Champions League, your season's done. That game came with huge pressure. So Raheem Sterling as an individual, you've got huge pressure on you because you've got all the reputation you've built up over the years and the expectations on you now to deliver with all the injuries and that. The other guys have all stepped it up. Now I'm not sorry for you now. No. Step it up. You've got the ability. Do the business.
I hear that. Well, but
I wouldn't start him in this game.
No, of course.
Because like Laurie said, you could start him against PSV. And if we need him in this game, he needs to be prepared to come on and deliver
and be ready. Well,
I would like nothing better for him to come on Sunday and score a goal and lift his confidence. But listen, like you guys said, he's not deserved the start. But like, I still maintain it's a bit sad for me to see a player that I've always admired, even when he played for other clubs.
Same.
I've always admired him. He's come through a lot. You know the types of things I'm talking about.
Deliver.
But if I could just say, obviously the front three. I
want to admire him in an Arsenal shirt.
The front three kind of speaks for itself. But I've been advocating for Nwaneri to go through the middle.
Yeah, I was with you
false nine. I think he'd be perfect in that role.
Why you want to change it when?
Because if you look,
just scored 7 goals with that formation. Why you want to change it?
Okay, but prior to that, we hadn't scored.
Yeah, but that's prior. But you know,
anyway, the reason why I said that,
good point,
I do have my reasons. If you look at his attributes, the pace, the instinct for goal, shots, and his low centre of gravity, I think would work perfect against Maguire and co. I just think he'd be perfect through the middle. But it's unlikely.
What about things like holding the ball up, Laurie, and bringing other players into play, which Mourinho did very well.
Raya's going long, he's going long a lot.
You've got to remember those things as well. Yeah, I mean,
I was with you, but
you know,
he's right.
I just feel, and I think on the right hand side, out on that wide, he's brilliant. You know what I mean? Because he can come in or he can go out. You know what I mean? You saw it the other night for one of those assists. He went to the byline, cut it back, boom. You know what I mean? The keeper pushes that out, Odegaard scores. Or it can come in, that's how he scored his goal, or he can beat players inside. They don't know where he's going to go. He's such a threat. To me, that threat would be wasted.
I don't agree. I think if you face him up against someone like Harry Maguire, I think it's skin Maguire. I really do.
But I actually think his best position is on the right. I know everyone's
I want to see him in the 9. People want to see him in the 10 as well. I see a lot of fans.
Listen, he can play anywhere across that front.
But not for this game. I think you're right. If you come from the back of PSV and there was a change, he was going a lot more direct, Arteta, and playing percentages really. Get into their half, get the ball down from Mikel Moreno, and then let the other players get in.
And when he's playing, there is an outlet. You get the ball, just get the ball out there to him.
And I'm reliably informed that he has played as a striker for the academy.
He came from the academy.
So listen. He's going to play, and wherever he plays, I'm sure he'll do a great job. For me, he's the most exciting talent in the Premier League right now, and I know there's the Arsenal bias attached to that, but I do firmly believe that.
That's true.
But I think through the middle, he will give United all kinds of problems. But that's just my perception. I don't expect the manager to do that. Then? Sorry?
If you did that, who plays out on the right-hand side then?
Well, this is what I'm saying, and Sterling would have to come in, but he won't. Let me finish. He won't. I said already that he wouldn't do that.
No, but you're saying
that's what you want, though. Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, I would.
You're saying you do that.
Yeah,
so I would try him through the middle.
No, but why would you then do that? Because you're then going to have to put Sterling in, and you know he's badly off form. Why would you do that?
Switch things up.
Why? Why switch things up when you've just won 7-1?
Anyway, I've already said that the manager's not going to do
No, but I'm just questioning you because this is your starting 11.
Yeah,
because I'm saying why you just won 7-1, right? Why would you switch it up?
No, but listen, I told you that the manager won't do that.
No, but I'm asking you.
I told you, I said that the way his attributes that he has matches up very well with United centre-backs who are a bit ponderous.
But I understand that, but now you're going to have to bring Sterling in who's on form.
He needs a game.
Right, well, that's it.
I'll give him the game of PSV.
But anyway, that is redundant, really, because we know it's not going to happen. I'm just speaking hypothetically.
Well, that is what this Predicts 11 is. This video is. We predict what Arteta's going to go with. Apologies to people that have watched this. It's pretty much going to be the same as what we saw against PSV. But Laurie's advocating for a change that he would like to see potentially in that front line. But we probably not this game, but maybe at some point. That is it for the Predicts 11 video. Before I close off, Laurie, I've had the rest of the gentlemen on the previews. Your score prediction for the game?
I was asked this earlier. I'm going 2-1. Also, I'd like to go more, actually, but I just think Bruno will probably come up with a goal from a set piece or something like that. He always seems to score against us. Against our defence, you think that's where they're going to get a goal? It's going to be 2-1. Yeah, I'm not saying
close 2-1. That sounds.
That does sound a bit close, but I just get the impression that United will probably turn up a bit more for this game, and but I still fancy us to win it.
Fine, all right. Well,
one goal swing.
That is it.
Did they score a set piece against us in the FA Cup?
No, they didn't, but Bruno did score.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
But that is it for the Predicts 11 video. You've heard what we think Arteta's going to go with and what we would like to go with. Thank you again to Laurie and Robbie for joining me. Big game. Let's see what happens when we get there on Sunday. Let's hope Arteta does go with the same sort of format, same system, and we get a big victory. I'm now in that mood where I want to see more goals from Arsenal. So let's hope that continues. Thank you very much for joining us. Like the video on your way out, and I'll see you soon. Take care.